Hey everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. Today we're bringing you our top 3 in 3 minutes most underrated games of all time. Now, a couple months ago, we did a list, the most overrated games, and of course, there was some discussion generated there. Overrated, and it is also a more negative topic, but I also want to give credit where credit's due. Underrated games, these are games that need more attention, that deserve more attention. And we're going to bring those to you here in just a minute. Before we do that, I want to mention our sponsor, Board Game Co. This is a fantastic website where you can buy, sell, and trade games. They have a great selection to choose from. If you're just looking to build out your collection, just looking to get some more games, they can definitely help you out with that. If you're looking to get rid of some games, they can help you out there too. They will buy games from you. They have a very fair, easy-to-use system, so check that out. And of course, they will trade games with you. If you have a Board Game Geek account and you have a trade list set up on Board Game Geek, you then go over to Board Game Co., put your username into the Board Game Co. website. It will compare your trade list with their stock and build a custom trade list right there on their website. Very easy to use, very easy to facilitate a trade. I strongly recommend you use it. Go check them out. If you do, click on the link in the description below so they know I sent you over there. Board Game Co. makes it easy to buy, sell, and trade your way into a better collection. All right, now, of course, all of our top lists are done by the minute, so 3 minutes starts right now. All right, so number 3 is Lords of Xidit. This is a programming game. The first programming game I ever owned. You have a little system of dials where you secretly choose your next 5 actions. You know, put it face down. Everybody, chooses their actions. It's a 3 to 5 player game. You flip them over, and then you do these actions. And your actions basically are either move or it's either move, do the thing at this particular location, which is either going to be to fight or recruit, and then the other one I think is just wait. And so as you're doing this, you're recruiting all these minis, little itty bitty minis, and they're basically 5 different types of fighters you can get, peasants, warriors, mages, stuff like that. And it's basically set collection because every monster, it's deterministic. It's not really a battle. It's you go to the monster. If you have specifically what it says and you need to beat that monster, then you beat it and you get the reward that's on there. And there's 3 different, that's right. Oh, I'm running out of time. The scoring system is really cool. 3 different things that you're scoring, and it's randomized every game as to which one will be scored first. The person who has the least in that first one is out. The next person, then for number 2, the person that's left over and has the least is out. And it goes like that. It's really, really cool. Okay, got to get to number 2, which is Dungeon Command. Dungeon Command, all of these games, there was 5 in this series where you buy a army and you put it up against somebody else's army. And this is in the Dungeons & Dragons universe. Came out in 2012. All these games are between ranked 2,000 to 2,500 on Board Game Geek. And it came with a map that you would piece together, and the map could be pieced together in different ways. And you would have your army that was like, you had orcs, or you had the heroes, or you had the dark elves, or you had a couple different things like that. And you would just pit them against each other. The Undead was one, that was my favorite. And it was more card-based. I don't even know if there was any dice rolling it down, but heavily card-based combat. And, you'd have strong attacks in some of the cards, and very, very cool the way it all worked. And basically, you're trying to whittle your army down. And, it was a fantastic time. And then number 1 is Dale of Merchants. Now, there's 4 different games in this series right now. Dale of Merchants 1, 2, 3, and the collection. 3 is the most recent one to come out. But forgetting about 3 because it hasn't had enough time to gain any steam on BGG. The other ones are ranked between 748 and 1982. This came out in 2015. Set collection. You're building stalls by collecting sets of cards. It's also deck building involved in this game, and There's so many different factions, and you only use a few of the factions per game, especially if you're only playing with 2 players, which is what I primarily play. But you're only using a few of the factions per game, and once you have the full set, 1, 2, 3 in the collection, altogether, there's so much variability. Dale of Merchants needs more attention. I love this game. It was in my top 40. I want to say, if it wasn't in my top 10, it was definitely in my top 20 on my recent top 40 list. Strongly, strongly recommend it. So those are my top 3 most underrated games of all time. I hope you enjoyed this list. Leave comments. Tell me what you think are some of the most underrated games. I'd love to hear about it. And until next time, for Bored Online, Bored Offline.